So here is Ilona, and we can start our meeting. The meeting of the Resident Association is called to order. Please stand for the pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated, and I will read the mission statement. It's at our association meetings that you have their mission statement and the agenda. Consistent with the Fox Run mission statement, the Fox Run Residents Council will endeavor to promote well-being and to create a helpful, enjoyable, and comfortable environment. Council members will foster cooperation and communication among members, among residents. We will work with the management team and the staff to reach the goal of a community among all who reside at Fox Run. My only comment will be that once again, staff has been very diligent in setting up the TV replay of this meeting, and I believe it's this afternoon at 1:30, Melissa? 2 o'clock. Thank you, Melissa. So spread the word among your friends and neighbors who are not here, or if you would like to review what has happened at this meeting, this is your opportunity. Ilona Klein, our secretary, that will be next on the agenda. Approval of the association meeting minutes from October 23rd. Ilona? No, we're not doing the synopsis, simply the...
Well, we're going to approve of them. Do I hear? I'll make a motion. All right, thanks, Donna.
Move to
Second it?
Second.
Thank you. Thank you.
Moved and second to approve those association meeting minutes.
Thank you, ma'am.
Treasurer's report.
Correspondence. We have to vote on that tonight. Approval of the minutes.
All in favor of approving the minutes from October 23rd, raise your hand. Thank you. It has been, meeting minutes have been approved. All right.
On your correspondence. Yes.
Thank you.
Gotcha. No problem.
Good.
Good morning, welcome, welcome, welcome. I have just a few put it in writings, so I'll share them with you. A complaint about the heat in the Maloney Center is never really up or down, it's just kind of around and about. And wanted to have it more stabilized. And Matt says the thermostat is not broken or programmed for 60 at 7:30 p.m. Adjusting it will not help. The heat unit is broken, so heat is irregular, to be replaced with the expansion. Sorry for the inconvenience, but thanks for letting everybody know. Secondly, on the weekends, we have no medical help in independent living. There is no nurse available, and there was a suggestion, can they do something, especially for independent living, if an issue comes up, okay? and they wanted to have some kind of help on board. But we, in the independent living, that's exactly what we are. We're independent. So this subject has been addressed during the February coffee hour and resident council meeting. Although the Fox Run staff often help out whenever necessary, and that's including like shoveling or whatever, maintenance people, that is not what they normally do. They help out, however, whenever they can. Many times what they do is considered above and beyond. In independent living services, there is no intention at present to have an independent living nurse on staff 7 days a week. We can suggest some solutions that may help you. And the last one I have is to compliment an employee with an MVP or a star. And thank you for your suggestion. Submitting a request to recognize anyone should be done for all of us at Fox Run on the board that is outside the mailroom, the Power of One. I don't know if everybody is really aware of that. The little cards outside the mailroom for residents to compliment any employee. And that really means a lot because they read it. I don't know what they do with it, but I always see the employees reading it, looking maybe for their name. So in order to take care of complimenting and any kind of awards or whatever, residents do it through the Power of One. And thank you all for your suggestions and your put it in writing.
Thank you. Treasurer's report, I think Nancy is
No, Nancy is not here.
not here. So she has submitted a report. Balance as of February 12, 2025 is $7,430. Deposit on February 24th, an additional $2,235, and the balance as of today, $9,665. And you all know the bulk of that money goes to the employee appreciation funds.
All of it does. All of it.
All of it. Under unfinished business, the only item that was left from last month was completing the committee liaison list. We still have no chairperson of the coffee hour programs following Roberta Dare, who did such a beautiful job. I believe Allison is working away at recruiting someone to do this. Under new business, report from both Ruth Shoemaker, in charge of Hazel's Garden, and report from Janet Shackle, who is in charge of the greenhouse. Neither were able to come today. Janet works at the dentist's office on Fridays. Here is Ruth Shoemaker's report. Judy, this is my report for Hazel's Garden. I'm sorry I can't attend the association meeting as I have a previous engagement. Please convey my apologies, and I'm doing that. And I would appreciate it if you would read the attached report. So here it is. While we still have snow piles on the ground, Fox Run residents have begun to think about the garden season. This year, we are anticipating having additional soil added to the garden plots for those individuals who would like to do so. Also, additional gravel will be placed in the walkways, so some big improvements. While the planting of vegetables and flowers are certainly down the road, I will be sending out a memo next week to all independent residents asking them if they would like a garden plot. Residents have a choice of 2 types of raised garden plots, a 4-foot by 8-foot plot or a 4-foot by 4-foot plot. I anticipate, this is from Ruth, many new requests for the garden plots this year due to previous interest. As was the case last year, I will do my best to accommodate everyone. We need everyone who is interested in gardening to experience the joy of growing their own vegetables and flowers. And indeed, it is a joy over there in Hazel's garden. Many garden residents also donate their excess vegetables to the residents here at Fox Run. Looking forward, this is from Ruth also, to a great garden season in 2025. Be on the lookout for the memo next week. That's Hazel's garden. And now the greenhouse memo from Janet Schaff. The greenhouse is healthy and thriving. Flowers and plants are growing and blooming, and those of you who go up there certainly can attest to that. Thank you all for your vigilance. We monitor temperature and conditions at least 2 times daily, and that is usually Janet or her husband. Shades are open and closed, as well as vents to maintain healthy conditions. We have fumigated the room twice this winter, and will probably do it again in the next week. The hibiscus plants are giving us a little problem with white flies. If you are the owner of one of the hibiscus plants, please, and she has that written in capitals, check them often and carefully for white flies. Using a systemic insect control granules that are provided right there in the greenhouse, and then spray them generously with the organic spray that is also provided. That applies to all the other plants that may need treatment. Several residents have mentioned the condition of the shade. It is simply clearing out. It is very necessary for temperature control, heat as well as cold. I will be approaching, and that is Janet. Janet will be approaching Bill and Matt to discuss repair or replacement. Most of our greenhouse residents have cooperated with the necessary guidelines. Once again, in big caps, thank you. This has been so helpful, including the watering. Plants need more frequent water because we are running fans to maintain temperature, air, and heat circulation for a more consistent environment. Be sure to clean up after you've trimmed the plants. There are tools in the drawers to help you. Use the spray to control pests, as well as those systemic soil granules. Important information, June 15th will be the last day that plants can be in the greenhouse. All plants will need to be removed by June 15th. but time to get them back in your apartment or out on your porches. Because many of the plants have grown so big and tall, next year it will be necessary to reinstitute a size limit. The large plants, because they're doing so well, are blocking needed light and consuming too much of our limited space. For residents who wish not to trim their plants to 3 feet, so in order to put your plant in the greenhouse, it needs to be trimmed to 3 feet, and that does include the pot. The pool area provides a generous area, or you can keep them in your home. The area continues to be a beautiful asset to Fox Run and a gift to those of us who enjoy gardening and growing. It's truly a privilege, and I agree, because I use it to have such a facility. Respectfully submitted by Janet Schack. No, Janet, I think she will make sure we all get individual copies of this information. Any questions on either of those reports? And those women will be around and available so you can ask them questions at your convenience. Is Bill here today?
No.
No. Oh, Allison is taking it.
Good morning.
Morning.
First announcement I have is we will be doing our annual pancake breakfast on Wednesday, March 26th in the bistro. The cost is $8. It's pancakes, sausage, eggs, and orange juice. And it's all you can eat, and all the proceeds benefit the Alzheimer's Association. So this is open to all community members, guests, and staff. So we hope you come down, enjoy some pancakes, and support the Alzheimer's Association. The next announcement that I have was a concern from a community member regarding the power outage last week. So last Thursday, the power was out on campus. The generator kicked on, of course, internally, but there was someone in a patio home who their generator wasn't working, and they were concerned because their loved one requires oxygen. There was a service call placed right away. This was fixed right away, but you can imagine the concern if you rely on something like that. So at Fox Run, Lori and myself keep what we call a special needs list, which is anyone who, is on oxygen, who, uses a mobility device, has vision impairment, hearing impairment. We also keep a list of community members who have offered to help in the event of an emergency. But the community member that was affected by this had a really nice suggestion, so I'm asking anyone in the apartment, if you have an extra bedroom or anything like that, and in the event of an emergency, you'd be willing to host someone temporarily from a patio home, you can please see me. You can leave your name to the desk. We hope it never comes to this, but I think it gives some people a sense of security to know that they'd be welcome in someone else's home within the walls of the main building of Fox Run. So I'll be posting that. I can assure you this generator was fixed right away, but I think it gives this person a peace of mind to know that there might be an alternate place to go. So if you're willing to host someone in the event of something like this, again, please see me. Lastly, just some census numbers. For independent living, we have 178 first persons, 51 second persons, with a total of 229 independent living. Skilled, our census is 54, which we've been doing great with our skilled nursing. We've been remaining in the mid-50s. Memory care, we have 13, and assisted living, we have 31. Any questions from the council? Questions from anyone? Sue?
The breakfast Well, the pancake breakfast, is coffee included also?
Coffee, orange juice, I'm sorry, yes, coffee is included.
Thank you.
And that is $8 from 8 to 10, March 26th, Wednesday.
And only cash? Not our food
Only
dollars.
cash,
Yes.
only cash, yes.
And you can give more.
And you may, yes, thank you, Jan, and you may donate more to the Alzheimer's Association if you wish. This is a near and dear organization to Fox Run. Anybody else?
And Allison, I think you did part of Bill's usual report, giving us the census,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
Anything else from Bill?
No, there wasn't anything else from Bill today. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. That's from our council members. Any comments?
I'm going to say it before you. I think we want to welcome our Betty back after her surgery, which was a success. So let's hear a round of applause for our Betty.
Thank you. We need some piano players for the worship service on Thursday. Joanne Hallenbeck does a yeoman's job, but she can't be available all the time. And some of the churches bring somebody with them, but some of them don't. So those of you who play the piano might consider being available sometimes for playing the piano for the worship service. And those of you who don't play the piano, like this, you need something to do, so that might be something to start.
Any other comments from council members? Any comments from the audience? I saw Sue's hand up.
Because of the basket raffle, the small table that has the names of someone who are deceased, the little table has been moved. It's kind of been stuck in a corner near where the newspapers are. Now, right now, I don't think too many people are getting newspapers, but personally, I don't think it's a very good spot from now till April 3rd, when the fundraiser is, that maybe somebody could select a different spot to put the little table so it would be visible to the residents.
Thank you, Sue. Allison, might that be something you would look into?
We can look at finding an alternate spot temporarily.
Yeah, it's just a short time.
Yeah, thank you, Sue. Other comments, suggestions? Jan?
Yes.
Hello, everyone. Many of you may know that one of our residents took a pretty bad fall a couple weeks ago, had head injuries, I think broke a hip, if I'm not mistaken. And she laid on her kitchen floor for a while because she didn't have her PERS on. Her PERS was on her walker, but she could not get to her walker. So I want you to show me your PERS right now, everybody.
Here we are.
And the rest of you who are not showing me your PERS, get them on your body someplace, because these things happen, and it can be life or death. This woman laid for a while on the floor till a neighbor heard her screaming for help. So you don't want to be in that situation. Wear your PERS at all times. Thank you.
Yes. Good.
Thank you.
Any other suggestions, comments from the audience? All right. I think we've covered our agenda, so time for me to hear a motion to close the meeting.
I'll move.
Jim? Second. So Jan will second that motion. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? short meeting.
Yes.
Thank you all for coming.